rain, thunder, lightning, and here we are in the middle of the river on a metal boat.
This is not good. It's one thing to report the weather, it's another thing to live it. I'm Mario Picasso. For 20 years, I've traveled the globe seeking out the most extreme climates and the people who call them home. Because I believe when you look at the sky, you get a whole new view of life on the ground.
This is gotta be one of the most dangerous situations I've ever lived. Down the river with lightning everywhere.
I'm headed to the city with the highest annual rainfall on the planet, Lloró, Colombia. 20 miles up the Atrato River from the regional capital, Quito. Surrounded by a jungle the size of California, Lloró can get over 500 inches of rain a year. That's 10 times more than Seattle. The people of this region have been living with these downpours for over 800 years. But even for them, this is far too dangerous.
So we're going up the river, we're gonna look for shelter somewhere on the shore. Because lightning's falling all over the place.
Eventually, the storm cell passes. As the crew dries their gear, I take a minute to look around. Like everyone around here, Juana Diaz has adapted to extreme rainfall.
Juana's telling me that the water here at the river gone into the house, even up to the level of that window you're seeing up there.
Sudden downpours can wash away entire villages in minutes. But the rain is also an essential ingredient to survival.
El agua, the water you collect here. So 2 tanks at this house. This one basically is used for washing clothes. And the other one over there, that's the one they use more like potable water. So the water that comes right off the roof into the tank is the water they drink.
Judging from the smells coming from the kitchen outside, Juana and her family live pretty well out here. She won't let me leave without the taste of her house specialty.
Sancocho, wow.
Sancocho.
Ooh, look at that. It smells so good.
It's a local stew made out of fish, chicken, oxtail, plantain, and of course, rainwater.
I thought my mom was the best cook in the world, but she's got some serious competition here. It's great. Muy rico, muy rico.
Before we get a chance to settle in, the forecast calls for more thunderstorms. Time to hit the river.
Gracias.
If the weather holds, we'll be in the wettest city on the planet in less than an hour. Almost 500 years ago, conquistadors brought thousands of African slaves down this river looking for gold. The torrential rains and vicious storms drove the Spaniards away, but the Africans stayed behind and settled Chocó Valley. It's the highest concentration of Africans outside of Africa.
So there's Lloró. It's hilly country. You have the rainforest, you have the humidity, you have the converging winds, but you also get the orographic uplift, those mountains which enhance the clouds.
Anyone who's ever crossed from the wet side to the dry side of the California Sierra Nevada mountains has experienced orographic uplift firsthand. These mountains force air to rise and cool, causing moisture to condense, making the front side of the mountain extremely rainy, while the backside is in a rain shadow.
Those mountains, although they're not very big, believe me, they enhance precipitation quite a bit. So that's the reason why Lloró is such a rainy town here in the region. Buenos días, buenas tardes.
Because of the constant flooding, the city center was built 2 miles inland from the river, which means I'm hitching a ride.
I can definitely tell it rains here. This is the bumpiest road I think I've ever been on. It's full of puddles. Oh, no!
With a sore backside and a new appreciation for four-wheel drive, I arrive in the heart of the city. Walking through the streets, the humidity is suffocating.
This is La Alameda, which is a very common street market. And here you can see actually how important the rain is for the locals. I mean, look at all this fruit here. What's this? Perdón, señorita, ¿qué es esto? Lulo. She says it's called lulo. ¿Esta es una fruta de dónde?
Viaje.
So this is definitely a typical fruit from here. You wouldn't find it anywhere else. Está muy verde, ¿no? It's a bit sour. So I'm eating it like this because I'm from out of town, of course, but normally you make a juice out of this and you put sugar, so it wouldn't be so sour.
In Lloró, it rains 2 out of 3 days, even in the dry months. That much rain in Seattle would send the locals scurrying for Prozac. Here, they celebrate it. The town's sacred tradition is the Fiesta de San Pacho. Pedro Morales has been performing at the festival for 20 years.
But what if it rains? Is that going to stop the party? Is the celebration
No,
over?
no. Without the rain, we die. 15 days we celebrate drinking alcohol, dancing, and going to the mass. The rain is part of the party.
We're in the middle of the parade, and it's raining. Great!
Like Carnival or Mardi Gras, the San Pacho Festival draws from African music, culture, and dance. For the locals of Chocó Valley, it's a celebration of their identity.
You can't go down the parade without a little bit of this.
The drink of choice here is a 120 proof spirit called aguardiente.
Now that's strong.
Distilled from sugarcane and rainwater, its name actually means firewater, and it lights up the party well into the night. How do you cure an aguardiente hangover? 2 hours of soccer in 95% humidity.
Look at me. I mean, it's this humidity. When you play here, you just sweat your whole body out.
I continue my journey deeper into the jungle to a tiny village called Bagua, which has the highest recorded rainfall in history. 523 inches in 1 year. It's one thing to live in a rainy city, but out here, it's a whole other world.